Hi, if you can, make sure you check driving in your pre-migration checklist before coming into the UK. If you are already on your journey to acquiring a UK driver's license, then let me share these 4 top tips that helped me pass my driving practical test on my second attempt. Hopefully, these might be of help to you. My name is Fatimata Ali. If you are new on my channel, please consider subscribing, like this video, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and share this video massively to those that need it. To my returning subscribers, you are the best. Thank you so much. Let me quickly introduce you how my whole driving thing went. First off, you need a provisional driver's license, just like other countries. Well, in my country, you need a provisional driver's license. You need to go for the theory test and the practical test. You can apply for this on the UK government website. I did about 34 hours lessons for 4 months, 2 days a week, okay, and in each lesson was 1 hour 30 minutes. Each hour lesson cost me £33, and that was even on a discount. Cost of driving is greatly influenced by your location. It could be higher, it could be lower. It all depends on the available driving instructors, the demand for driving lessons, and all that. To those back home planning to come into the UK, you can see that it's not cheap to learn how to drive in the UK. It requires a lot of resources to do that. If you have the opportunity to learn how to drive in your country before coming, please do so, because if you come into the UK and you are exposed to driving, you can do that legally for 1 year without UK driver's license. You can use your country driver's license or your international driver's license, and by doing so, you will start to learn the road networks, the science, and more stuff about driving on your own. You will not need much hours like I did, because I started as a fresher, so I required much lessons. Those that do that only go for 1 or 2 lessons just to hear what the instructor has to tell them. That is something that most of you should capitalize on if you have the opportunity. These are my top tips for those on a journey to acquiring their driver's license. I hope these tips are of help to you. Number 1, first impression is critical. Your very first task on your test day will be to read a car number plate from a distance and answer the tell me questions. Unless you have a sight problem, reading a car number plate from a distance is very easy. So make sure you do it smoothly. Your next question will be to answer the tell me questions. For example, tell me how you will check the brake lights are working, or tell me how you will make sure your head restraint is adjusted properly, etc. So these are questions that they will ask you, and these questions are online. Make sure you practice these questions. Make sure you are able to answer these questions. You don't want to give a bad impression. Number 2, your relationship with the examiner. Though this is not entirely a guaranteed tip, but it did work for me. If you can engage the examiner and still maintain focus, I advise you do that. Otherwise, occasional chit chat should be okay. Do not appear rigid. The examiners obviously determine the test status. There are some faults examiner A will categorize as minor fault. Examiner B will categorize same fault as major fault. So this is just you getting your way through the examiner. From my experience, having to sit for 2 practical tests, when the examiner joins you in the car, usually the examiner says hi and how your day is going. Don't end it there. If you can have a chit chat going forward. My first test, that was the end of it, and I was so rigid and focused on not making mistakes, and that actually made me make a lot of mistakes. On my second test, when the examiner asked me those questions, then I continued the conversation. If he's traveled to any African country, if he would like to travel there, and I could see that he was really enjoying it. But this particular method, if you cannot maintain focus whilst having this conversation, please do not. A chit chat is alright, but do not appear rigid, I repeat. Number 3, confidence is a drive. Before you take your test, make sure you are confident enough. It is not really possible to drive without making petty mistakes or errors. It is your confidence to rectify those errors immediately without causing harm that matters. Do not panic or bother making mistakes. Rather, instill the zeal to correct these mistakes immediately. For example, if you are asked to do reverse parking during your test and in the process of doing that, you go off lane, just pause, drive forward, start all over, check all relevant mirrors, blind spots, and rear side. This is you taking charge as expected. Do not wait for the examiner to tell you what you already know. You are telling the examiner that, oh wait, this is a mistake and I need to rectify it immediately. And you are making sure you are rectifying it without causing any harm. Number 4, ensure to practice all test routes. You would definitely use one or two of these routes. Not every road is perfect and not every road is clear. There could be severe road undulations somewhere and you want to make sure that you get familiar with all these road conditions. It is not advisable to practice your driving in one city and go and do your test in another city. Like I said, the road conditions are not the same and you can struggle in the process. I'm adding you a 5th tip, okay? And this tip is very, very important. Learn road petty gestures. For example, say thank you by waving or just putting up your hand like this if someone pulls over on a meeting point road for you to pass. These were gestures that I showed that my examiner was so proud. He had to say, oh, that's so nice of you. And that actually boosted my confidence more. So just take charge. These are my 5 top tips that actually helped me pass my practical test. I'm sure you are already aware of keeping in regular touch with road rules and conditions, always keeping an eye on the mirrors and paying attention to road signs and road limits. This is it, guys. If you found this video helpful, please do not forget to subscribe, like this video, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and share this video massively to those that need it. If there's any tip that you think might be useful to those on their journey acquiring their UK driving license, please put it in the comment section and let's all learn from it. Thank you.